Hey y'all, my name is PJ and I come on here and I talk about prophetic dreams that the Lord gives me and the word based around it that I believe is for the body of Christ right now. And this last week I actually had more of a vision. It wasn't really a dream, but it was right before I woke up in the morning and I just saw a real fast image that was so vivid. It was the back of a sheep and a man's hands were like digging in the wool. And that was it. It was super fast. And I kept hearing like sheep shearing in my heart, like throughout the day. And I was like, okay, I feel like that's relevant. So I looked it up and I found some details about this process that I think are very relevant to what God is doing for us right now and what He's trying to get us to. It's a bit of a process, which I know is kind of, everyone's pretty weary, I think, but I don't believe this is going to take very long. This cleansing sort of process and removal of old things that God is doing. So a sheep is sheared to cleanse it of toxins and waste that get stuck to the wool, and I think that this could represent like relationships or mindsets that we have about things, like things that are not, that they're weighty, that they burden us. And I think we just need to ask God, like, okay, what are the things that might need to be removed? And some of us may already know, but it's just very relevant to what God is already doing in your life. And the wool can cover like the eyes and ears, and the senses basically are blocked, and we're going to need spiritual eyes and ears to be able to see and be led by the Spirit, because I think the season that we're entering into is going to be quite different from what anything we've experienced in the last 20 years or so, as far as like a new move of God. The body temperature of a sheep can be better regulated to different climates when it doesn't have all the wool. They're obviously lighter, so they'll be able to move faster and at the right paces because they're not carrying all that stuff. And then, most importantly, I feel like God was saying that this process of shearing is for nursing newborn lambs. They are able to nurse and have a better chance of survival if the sheep's wool is removed. So that's the interesting process that I was looking up about this shearing. And this is a great metaphor, everything that I mentioned, for what God is wanting to do. But the word God is trying to pass along right now is this is for people who know His voice. It speaks consistently in the Bible about the sheep know the voice of God. I mean, Jesus repeated this in John 10 alone, like, my sheep know my voice. So this is about obedience, because if you hear God's voice and He's telling you something, like, we have to obey Him. And even if it's something that's difficult or challenging, it's best to just obey, because what you're going to reap is so much better than what was. So yeah, he's basically freeing us up to be able to see and hear and have a vision for the future that's coming, to be able to do the new things He's bringing us into. And there's just going to be a harvest of people who are ready to know God. And we have to be ready to get them and to help them know God's voice for themselves. So the verse I have today is John 10, verse 16. And I felt like this really stuck out to me as kind of the primary message. I have other sheep that are not of this sheep pen. I must bring them also. They too will listen to my voice. And there shall be one flock and one shepherd. So this is about the harvest coming, the people who are ready to know the Lord. And we have to be prepared for that. We have to be lighter. We can't carry the same burdens. And I think this is an emotional lightness. Like, we might even just feel better, truthfully. But He's trying to just deal with things that were of an old season. And if it is challenging to think about, what the Lord's asking you to do, remember that the wool is repurposed. Nothing is wasted in the Lord. And that's what's so beautiful. But In the new season, he wants us to be prepared for everything new that he has. It's going to be amazing. And we just have to let go of things we used to believe, learn to receive God's love. I mean, everything he's doing is just endless, what you could imagine he wants to change and prepare us for. But that's why the relationship with God is so important, is that you'll be able to hear his voice for yourself. And you will know specifically what he's going to bring you through and where he's going to take you. So that is the word for today, guys. And I just hope it blesses you. And I hope you're encouraged, because he's bringing so many new things and it's going to be exciting. So just be prepared for whatever he's asking you to remove or let go of, because it's going to be better on the other side. All right. Love you. God bless you. And I'm praying for you.